Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all good and healthy.
Hello.
Hello.
Today, I want to go again quickly through the general requirement of the structure of the work that you're doing. This is the first thing. And the second thing, I will just record everything. How to do regression analysis through the Stata. This recording will be uploaded to the YouTube, and I will share the link with you. So you can rewatch it if you have any question and so on. Like how to do the regression analysis. And the deadline, as I have told you, it's prolonged it to 13th of December. Actually, it's like 1 week from now. It's more than enough. First of all, there should be title, information about the author, abstract that consists of the purpose, data period, methodology, contribution or uniqueness, results, and recommendation. The keywords, 3 to 5. Introduction part, literature review, data and methodology part, empirical results, how you should explain the data and everything, and conclusion, and the reference style, and how you organize the data in order to run the regression analysis. Okay, this is how your data should be organized. And apart from that, you should create a model that will analyze the performance of the companies or the industry that you selected. Like there's return on equity, return on asset, net interest margin, and there are some independent variables. So the idea is that you want to test how these independent variables, how these independent variables affect the dependent variable, which is ROE or ROA or net interest margin. So there are 3 dependent variables. How these variables affect this. But what I want from you, first of all, I want from you the results. I think I wrote it here. What should be including the results? Descriptive statistics, correlation, and regression table. There are 3 tables you should have it. Descriptive statistics, correlation table, and regression table. This, I'm going to show it on Stata as well to you, so you don't have to do it. You don't have to bother yourself finding how can I do it if you don't know. The Stata available on L drive, you can download it. I hope that everybody did it already. And the sample of the article I have uploaded here, okay? It's available here as well, a sample article. You can refer to this article. It's here. Okay, everything is here. Just straightforward. The structure is there as well. So before I start, do you have any questions? If some of you have already started and you face some issues that you couldn't solve it and you couldn't get the right answer to your question, please feel free to ask now before I start the starter.
Dr. Regression, sorry, I have a question.
Yes, Oliver.
Should we do the regression analysis separately for each company or for
No. It should be done like as a whole, one sample, because you're trying to do you're trying to measure the overall the industry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I've got, let's say, 5 banks or 5 companies. I'm doing the regression analysis based on these 5 companies, not individual. You can do individually, but it will not give you the a good result because the data will be very small then.
Thank you.
Okay. I opened the Stata here. By the way, you will have this type of folder in L drive. If you go to L drive, you should go to my name. Was somewhere here, Stata. Here, it was here. You can see it. You can download it. It's a zip file you should unzip it. And when you open it, you should end up with this type of data in it. And you don't have to install anything. You just press on it and it will run, like without any installation. Okay. Go to File, Import Excel Spreadsheet. File, Import Excel Spreadsheet. I think I put something here, step-by-step guideline, if I'm not mistaken. Here, explanation step-by-step as well are available here. Here, File, Import Excel Spreadsheet. Declare data set as a panel data time series cross section. We said there are three different data type. One is panel data, time series, or the cross sectional. We are dealing with the panel data because it includes both time series and the cross section. We said the time series when there are many years and one company. Cross section, many companies and 1 year. But in our case, many years and many companies. That's why we have decided to go with what I call it, panel data. So I open the data, go to File, Import Excel Spreadsheet. Browse, like I want to get this data, okay. I select, because in my Excel file, there are like 10 different worksheets. So I have to select the needed one, the required one. I select like CB, which is conventional banks. And it's very important to here, import the first row as variable names. I just press yes and okay. Now it's important. But one thing, when you prepare the data set, okay, when you prepare the data set, just a second. The data that I downloaded here, this one. So this is my Excel file, okay? Here, I want you to pay the attention, okay? Like companies, okay, you're gonna have one country, you don't have to type, but the important one, if you're gonna run the data, this is very important to mention the ID. For each company, there should be ID. If you have, let's say, 5 companies, there should be ID of 5, from 1 to 5. Then from 2018 to 2011, and the variables, ROA, NIM, ROE, capital adequacy, NPL, and the cost to income. Look, here, I do not write it here, return on asset, like I just abbreviated words like ROA, NIM, ROE. So you should put the abbreviation here in the first worksheet. If you're afraid that you're gonna forget the abbreviations, then just write down on a separate paper the names of the abbreviated words, so that you can. Why you need to do so? Because when you import the data into the data, it will import with the abbreviated names. But if you put the long names, it will be very difficult for you to be guided within the file. Like you will have these names. Like it's a bit difficult. But if you say that for me is okay, then you can just leave it as it is. But I do strongly recommend you to abbreviate each variable, as you may use them very easily. So we imported data. Then we need to declare, we need to identify that, saying that the data is panel data. XT set, I'll increase it. It's a command, okay? I'm typing my command, XT set, ID, and year. I put my mouse on the variable name. As you can see, there's arrow appeared, okay? There's arrow appeared next to the variable. If you just one click on this arrow, it will automatically appear here. Or double click on the variable, it will appear here. So declare my data by ID and by year. So it's a panel variable and time variable. So it's a panel data. That's it. First, my, let's say I'm gonna use, I have to summarize. Summarizing means you're getting the descriptive statistics. First, you need the descriptive table. Like I need like I will put all my variables, ROA, name, ROE, GDP, political stability, control corruption, and fintech. Fintech is financial technology in this case. I just press enter, okay? If you just see it, here, summarize ROA. Summarize is the command that gives the command to the starter. Please get the result of descriptive statistics. I just press enter on here. Here we go. This is my descriptive statistics. You can select all, right click with the mouse, and there's a different types of copying. Copy as a normal, copy as a table, copy table as HTML, and copy as a picture. So I would suggest you to copy as a picture in order not to destroy the word style. Okay, if you copy as a table, it will be very difficult to organize in a proper manner. But for you, for the first time, it's better to use as a picture. Okay, I just copy as a picture and put it here, Control V, and that's it. It's a picture. Okay, here you can describe it now, and do not forget it to name it. Okay, like table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, and so on. This is first. Second, if you put your mouse to the left side of the box, okay, here, just click on this once, just one click with mouse. The coding will appear here, so you will not have to retype it again. You just change the command, okay? You delete this command and put the command that you want. Second table, I want from you to run correlation between the table variables, and press enter. Before pressing, I want to open it. So this is correlation table. Again, you can copy it as picture, come here and put it. So it's here. So I got my correlation table. So I can see the correlation between return on assets and net interest margin is 26%. Correlation between independent variables are 10. They are very low. Okay, you can just describe all the correlation between each variable, positively, negatively. So we can see here the negative correlation. We can see here it's a positive correlation, and it's a weak correlation because it's less than 50. If it's more than 50, it's a strong correlation. Do we have more than 50 correlation here? I think no, we don't. Yes, we have it, one. Here. 75% correlation, okay, between the political stability, PS, and control corruption. This is the second table. The third table, you need to do regression analysis. You need to do regression analysis, okay? Let me check it one thing. And I would suggest to you, actually, which year are you taking? I don't know. If you're taking the years that includes 2007 and 2008, so I would suggest you to include some of the variables, okay, some of the year variables. So I will go here and I'll just press in here again. My command appears, so I don't need correlation anymore. I want just to get the regression here. regress. I got my results here, as you can see it. Okay, my results is here. So first thing, for me, what variables are important? These variables, coefficient, because it shows the direction and the scale of the impact on dependent variable. But whether these variables are significant, whether this variable really has got some impact on the dependent variable, you should look at to the p-value. P-value. And from that part, when you describe each coefficient separately, you will have to describe the statistic that is related to the model itself. First, F probability value and R squared. We already discussed the R squared because we said that if it's 0.36, that shows that 36% changes in rho R can be explained by 36% changes in these variables, and remaining like 70, not the 70, but 64% comes from other variables, the variables that we don't know, and we call it error term. The file of the requirement, Raushan, it's already on Moodle, okay? It's long time ago, it was on Moodle, like general requirement. So I don't need this, I need to just change it a bit more. Tax rate, no need. I'll again update it. It's here. Sample structure of the article. Edit, just a second, I'll edit the name. I'll put, and I'll put stars so that you can see it. So it's here. Requirements, structure of the article, and sample article is given here. You can use so this to sample of the literature review, how it should be written, and so on. Everything is here. And make sure you will not copy and paste the data. Sorry, not the data. I mean the text itself. Be careful about the plagiarism issue. It is very significant. Okay. Now this is my regression, but this regression doesn't stop here, because it just showed you how to run the regression, okay? So what you need to do, first of all, before running this regression, you have to create a dummy variable. What is dummy variable, first of all? So we type the following command, xi before regression, okay? And at the end of the, I put I dot, I put it here. Okay, it's like this, xi regress. So before running this table, before getting this table, you have to do this in order to create the time dummy. Time dummy, it measures how a certain year affected your dependent variable. This is the idea behind time dummy. Like why we need to have, because during the certain year, the performance or dependent variable was in this range, or it was changing in this range. Whether it's positive or negatively, it will depend on the year. And you have to explain the reason why it happened. For example, I've got the time dummies here, as you can see. So they're almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to use all of the years, okay? Just use at least 2 years, 2 years of time dummy. So what I will do here, once you create it, this is XI, it is showing you how to create a time dummy. I want to see how these years, how 2013, my banks operated. My banks operated badly, actually, okay? They were deteriorating. The performance was going down in these years because it's a negative sign. It was going down and they are significant. So something happened in these years, something happened. Maybe it was kind of crisis and so on. I have to investigate or I have to give you some conclusion on this. So what I will do here, first of all, I create the time dummy. Create a time dummy will appear in this box. Okay, it will appear in this box. All the variables are allocated in this box. If you just scroll it down with this, you can see all the data which is related to time dummy. So this is the time dummy. So these are the time dummy created, so you can use one of these years. I believe that I will be using like last 2 years, so 2016 and 2017. So I will go again to regression, regress, okay. After the fintech, I will add 2 more years, like 2017 and 2016. I just press on them, on the arrow that appears, and it just directly gets into here. And I press enter. Here we go. My results are here, okay. So regression analysis with the time dummy. First of all, again, to summarize it, what you need to do. First, descriptive statistics. Using the command summarize. But starting getting the results, you have to do following. Import the data, declare the data set as a panel data, and then you start putting comments, giving the comments to your data set that you have collected. First, we start with summarize. We get the results. Okay, we get the data descriptive statistics. Okay, observations, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, like profit maximum, NIM and ROI and ROI. As you can see, the profit maximum in return on equity reached its 12%, which was good on average for all banks, and the minimum it reached its -8.2%. On average, it was like close to 1%. Your bad loans maximum was almost 1%, so 1%, yeah, and minimum was -1.9, but on average was 0.1. Liquidity, it was 8, and the minimum was this, but not minus, so it means that they had a good liquidity position. GDP, the country was growing on average 1.3%, and it was going as a minimum rate, like with a depression, maybe a recession, like with a negative number, but on average it was growing. And political stability, it was good, but it's reduced to -2.8. And control corruption here as well. And fintech. Fintech in here, in my case, it's financial technology, which is represented by number of users of the internet. Maximum was 100%. Like in one country is 100% of internet users. And minimum was like 0.09%. So at least there was some users of the internet connection. So this is my description of the summary that I get a descriptive statistics table. Then I follow with my correlation, okay? I get my correlation result and I describe them, and like weak, moderate, strong correlation. Then before getting the regression analysis, before getting the regression results, I should create a time dummy. I create my time dummy using xi command and at the beginning and with I command at the end, but I should be followed with variable year, okay, because I'm creating time dummy. So time dummy created with the purpose. No, not all 5 years, Dinoza. You need to include at least 2, but you need to create first of all and include just 1 or 2 variables, Tommy. You don't have to include all of them. Just 2 variables will be more than enough. If you include 1, that will be okay as well. I do accept it. I don't mind actually. So I press enter. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 time dummy is created. Okay, they are here on this box, as you can see. They are created as a variables. Now I can treat them as variables. So now, once the time dummy created, I can run the regression analysis. I just go regress here. I change my command to regress, and at the end of my model, I add year 2017 and year 2016 as a variable. Their time dummy, and just press OK. And I select this table and I describe it like one by one. First, I start with theta, okay. Then I continue with NPL. Then continue with the cost to income, liquidity, GDP, political stability. But how do I describe them? How do I explain them? We already did it. If you forgot, there is a sample is given to you. Sample is given of article, how everything is explained when significant, and at the end, you describe the whole model picture, like probability of statistics, R square, and that's it. And at the end, in conclusion, you should give recommendation and policy implication. Okay. That's what you are expected to do. That's what you are expected to do. Okay, do you have any questions?
Yes, Professor, I was like a bit late. Can you scroll up your data? I just want to see how to establish our data as panel data.
It's here. It's XT set by ID and year, by variable ID and year.
Mm-hmm.
It's here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You just type it, and I will put this video on YouTube and share with you the link. Okay, I will send you the message. You can just get an access.
Okay, thank you.
You can rewatch it again if you have any problem. So this is what you're expected to have on your result site and explaining each table. The sample article is given here, how the results should be explained. Okay. But one thing in here, in this empirical results, they don't have, in this article, they don't have actually descriptive table and correlation. So this will be your additional part. So you can put it and describe it. Just describe what the numbers that you can see. But the general regression table results should be described in this way. You should put the model and describe it. Okay. You can use net interest margin. You can use return on equity. You can use return on asset as profitability indicators. Okay. It's up to you. So these 3 variables, they measure the performance of companies. It doesn't matter which industry they are in. If it's a banking industry, it's better to use net interest margin. If it's like manufacturer companies, either use return on asset or return on equity. If you feel like more comfortable, you can use both. You are welcome. But if you say, I'm going to use just one, that's okay as well. Okay. Any questions? On Wednesday, we're gonna meet. I'm expecting you to come with questions, okay? Come with the questions related to the project so that I will be able to answer. So during the class, I will be available for you to help you to finalize your project, like especially the empirical results part. Maybe some of you will have a problem in running the stata, running the regression analysis. Anyone who has got, problems in running the stata, I will be in my office. You are mostly welcome to come and see me, or you can get an appointment with me as through the Zoom as well. So any way you like.
I'm sorry, Professor, I have a question about management efficiency. Is
Yes.
it like asset turnover?
No, it's not really. It's management efficiency. It's all about managing the cost, which is cost to income. Cost to income, cost over income, like cost of goods sold divided by operating.
And also I have another question. So
Yes.
there is written like liquidity, but we have different formulas for calculation.
Yes,
of
you are
liquidity.
mostly welcomed to use any of the formula, but you have to clarify which formula did you use. Here we put the table, let's say, okay, liquidity, it's a liquid asset to total asset, but you can use cash or liabilities. You can use any other formula. You have to give the clarification, okay? Explanation of that formula.
So should we do also like this, like show the formula and like credit, like cite it who exactly use it before?
Yeah, it could be better. It could be better. It could be better because it will refer that I got this formula from this guy, because you are writing the literature review, and your methodology should be based and should be constructed in accordance with the previous studies. If you get, let's say, this formula from the book, cite the book, the author of the book, from where you get this formula. For example, which formula you want to use for liquidity. Just tell me.
We found current ratio, we found quick ratio.
Okay. Where did you find it?
I mean, they're like popular, everyone
Yeah, they are
uses.
popular, but you found it from somewhere. You didn't just.
Yes,
From the table you have provided at the beginning of our study.
and different books.
Yeah, in the books. Just refer to any books. Do not refer to my table, but refer to the book. Like I can offer you financial management. I think we've been using book here. If I'm not mistaken, this is the book. Just a second. Check. Let me check it. Yeah, not here. It's not available here. It was available, I guess, here. Financial ratios. Yeah, fundamental of corporate finance, financial management course. Okay, it's like from the one chapter that we have, it like chapter 1, lecture number 1. All the financial ratios are here. Okay, so refer to these guys. Who are the authors? It's here. Ross, Westerfield, and Jordan. And how to cite the book, I don't have to teach you. You know how to cite it?
Yes.
So all the ratios should be clarified and justified where you get the data. If it's a book, which book? If it's this guy, this guy.
And one another clarification. So you also mentioned decision dividend policy.
I eliminated. Yeah, it's if you check again, I deleted that dividend and I deleted taxes. If you get here again, like requirements, I download it. So I just deleted that part because it's going to be very difficult to get the data. Like no, so here we don't have it, you see, and no tax rate.
Yes.
You know how to download the GDP growth. You know how to download the control of corruption, political stability. And do you know what is the capital structure?
It's debt to equity ratio.
Yeah, debt to equity ratio or debt to asset. Alibek, yes, it is must, because capital adequacy, it does not necessarily mean that it is related to what you call it, to banks or financial institution. Capital adequacy, it's proxied as a size, which is like total equity or total asset.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Got it.
Like it measures how much of its own capital is used in terms of assets, and how does it have an impact on the firm's or the company's performance.
Even for banking industry as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Total equity or total assets? Right?
yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's all from my side today. If you have any other questions, I will be pleased to answer. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to make a comment on. So as I told you, please start doing it before we meet on Wednesday. On Wednesday, you come with the questions. And we work out on your results, and so make sure that everything goes well. So do not leave everything to the last moment. If you don't have any questions, I would like to stop today earlier. So I will let you go earlier today, and I will see you on Wednesday. But before Wednesday, if questions arise, please get in touch with me, appoint a meeting with me, either through the Zoom or physical. I'm in the office all the time nowadays, so I will be pleased to help you.
Okay, Professor, the last question. Do we present on Wednesday?
Not on Wednesday. They're most probably going to present on Monday.
Okay.
Monday, and the presentation shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, because I want only you to present only the main parts, like specifically what do you call it, the results part. I want to be sure that you really understand the results.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
a lot.
it's clear.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, goodbye. For those who did not understand the starter, it's just straightforward. You just get it in any ways. You're gonna get the same results in Excel. There is no difference. Okay. You get the same result. That's it. What you need to do, you need to explain the impact of each variable on the dependent variable.
Oh, thank you, Professor.
Okay. So you're gonna get the same results. But if you still have a problem, please do not hesitate. Write me. We can meet and we can do together. There is no problem. I can spare the time for this issue as well. I don't mind. Just try it on your own.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Professor. Goodbye.
You too.
Goodbye. Take care.
You too, Professor. Thank you.
Professor, hello.
Yes.
Do you have some assignments or homeworks? Or...
Activity? No, no, Islam. We don't have it.
It's last assignment or project work.
Yes, we had it last time, the last one. And maybe I can arrange one homework. I don't think, but just work out this project. The project is much, much important than any other thing.
Okay. And do you have a final exam, or this is a final, like a final exam?
It's a exam-based project.
Okay. Thank you. Okay,
5% will be the presentation, and 15% will be the project itself.
When do we need to present our project?
The deadline, I told you to bring it on Monday. When you bring the project on Monday, you're going to do the presentation at that day as well. And Monday is the last day of classes.
Okay, for 5-10 minutes, yeah, presentation.
Maximum 5 minutes, not 10 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Because we have 19 people, there should be 5 minutes. Just main parts, main results.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Okay, you are welcome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, take care.